Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Good day to you. I welcome you back to the weekly market forecast. My name is Yemi. And starting from the February 16th to 20th of 2026, we need to check what the market has for us as opportunity. And we're starting with the fundamental outlook, of course, yes, and we focus on the high impact news and we move straight to the technical perspective of the business. Starting from this, on Monday, we have Canadian dollar and US dollar on bank holiday. On Tuesday, we have high impact news on Great Britain pounds, Canadian dollar, 8 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. consecutively. We also have high impact news coming up on NZD and Great Britain pounds, US dollar, also as US dollar itself on the February 18th, which is Wednesday. There are all high impact news that focuses on the official cash rate, RBNZ rate statements, and CPI for the Great Britain pounds. FOMC meeting coming up for the US dollar, 8 p.m. Nigerian time on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have very few, which is focusing on AUD US dollar, 1:30 a.m. for AUD, focusing on employment change, and then 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time for the unemployment claims for the US dollar. And on Friday, which we have most of the high impact news coming up for this week, which is the February 20th, 12 a.m. starting with the NZD, which is the RBNZ Governor Berman speaking. And we don't know how the outcome of that will look like, but most likely it's going to shape the momentum we have on the NZD. 8 a.m. Great Britain pounds coming for retail sales, 9:30 a.m. for the Euro German Flash Services PMI. We also have on the US dollar coming up 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time on the advanced GDP and core PCE price index. Of course, we have the last one coming up for the week at 3:45 p.m. Nigerian time on flash manufacturing PMI for the US dollar. All that being said, without further ado, let's go straight to the technical perspective of the business and let's see what we did over the week. All right, last week we talked about the DXY gain momentum from this price level where we have the energy to see more bullish momentum. On the monthly time frame, we're on a demand zone. Of course, yes, that is why we're expecting more bullish energy right there. If you go to the weekly time frame perspective, for example, we look at this, you realize that we have a price level above, which we've been talking about for quite a number of weeks now, that this is the target expecting the price to actually get into for DXY, which is around 104. And we go straight to the daily time frame to further break that down. Last week was a bit choppy right and there. We talked about it earlier that it's going to be a tricky week, and of course it was because the last 4 days of last week, from Tuesday to Friday, markets really chopped really much on the DXY. And with that being said, the bias remains the same. We're looking for more buy momentum for this week going forward. So without repetition, if you missed last week, last forecast, you can check it out again. This is what I projected. And for this week, I'm still making the same projection. I'm expecting more buy into the DXY going forward for the week and expecting it to get into 98.50 going forward. So that is my projection for this week. This is the 4 hour time frame perspective. This is what it looks like here on the 4 hour time frame for DXY. Going to the Euro US dollar, starting from the weekly time frame perspective, let's see what we have here. The price I said overall, we should be expecting a buy to complete a cycle. The market started a long time ago, sometimes around 2020. And we can see how the market has moved so far since then. And currently on weekly time frame perspective, what are we looking at? We've seen how the momentum was really much on the 3 weeks ago, whereby we had the rejection at this price level breaking the previous high structure. Last week, we have a bullish candle which engulfed the bearish one we have the previous week. But then let's see what we have with this information on the daily time frame and see how this translates into giving us money. The momentum we're seeing here was not really encouraging for the last 4 days of the last week, but what we're looking at here, let me take this out for once. What we're looking at here is more momentum for a sell because we have more impact on the daily, suggesting that sellers are much in charge, but only to a price level we have the buyers whereby they would be in charge. So going forward on the 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see Euro US dollar what it looks like. Euro US dollar looks exactly just like this on the 4 hour time frame, and my projection was to see the price coming here to sell or to start buying later. So with this information, all I have to do is to take out this level and I have to extend this. Even without taking it out, it's still the same anyways. I have to extend this and I have to bring my bias back to where I was expecting it to get into. This is the same bias I have last week. So that's why today I may not really be talking much about any new perspective because my last week was still very much in sight. I'm still watching out for how they're going to play out. Last week did not really move too much, but some of the currency pairs moved our way and it was really nice to see that. So this was the second entry I was anticipating at some point. But then if this should be for a minute, we just be waiting for the price to get in here. So if I have to do that, I will create something like this here. So I can be waiting for the buy momentum at this price level, just a little bit stop loss level around here. So push it just like this. So I want to see more sell on Euro US dollar going forward. As it is, this is the demand zone. And when you look at what the price has been showing over time, it's more of a sell momentum, little bit of bearish, bullish momentum, more of a sell momentum. All right. And if we go to a lower time frame perspective, like 1 hour time frame, let's see what that looks like. Oof, should we doing that? Nothing really much here. I'd rather stay with that information I have on the 4 hours. Otherwise, on 1 hour time frame, it might be a short sell opportunity, a short term buy opportunity around here. We should buy a little bit before it starts selling again. But I don't want to see it from the lower perspective anyway. So I want to keep it simple on the 4 hour time frame. This is what I'm looking for. I expect the price to dump down about 120 pips on average for me to see that happening. So on 4 hour time frame perspective, my projection remains the same, expecting the price to get in here before I see a buy energy. So going forward, I move to the next currency pair. This is Great Britain pounds US dollar. The previous week, this was good for us. We made so much money on this. It moved into that same bullish demand zone where we see it right here. It gave us some good profit, and it was over 180 pips. I'm taking it out now because it has completed the work I hired it for anyway. So to say, this also has played out significantly over 100 pips. I felt it to sell from there. So this one, I'm taking it out, and we've seen how the market has sold from here to here. Though I'll be expecting more sell into this range, but currently the price is not showing that opportunity. But let me see what we have on the 1 hour time frame. Peradventure, if we do have a structure where we're looking at, it would be a very nice one. So basically, this is stock. Nothing really much is happening here. I don't want to dabble with this because it's been choppy for quite a number of times now. It's been choppy. But then on the weekly time frame perspective, we have a zone I will be expecting the price to get into around here later on. But on the daily, let's see how it looks like. On the daily, yes, I think a zone like this makes more sense for me to expect the price to get into. So I'd rather wait to see the price coming into this range in the future. And that to the current market price will be about how many pips? About 200 pips on average. So I'd rather wait for more sell right here to see the price bouncing into this level on the daily time frame perspective so we can have a buy from there. On the 4 hours, this is exactly how it looks like. That means I'm expecting the price to bounce into this range. Now, if I come to this range, I'm going to refine this entire level. So to make it easier for me, I'll rather do something like this on this one right here. Okay, this is where I can be looking for a buy, a short-term buy, or overall, I want to see the market sell very well before it gets here. So that will determine how much we'll be buying. But so far, it's moving as we anticipated. For this, I'm not looking at a buy much right here because I want to see more sell based on the structure, what the price has been creating over time. More of a sell energy than buy energy, more of a sell energy and buy energy. But we stop right now. So I want to see how the price will complete the entire formation into this range. Then we move from there to the next guy. So this is exactly what it looks like for me on the Great Britain pounds US dollar 4 hour time frame. This is my bias going forward for this week, covering for 2026 February 16th to 20th. All right. Okay, good. Let's go to the next one, which we have the AUD US dollar. If you check this out, I've been avoiding it because I simply want to see the price reaction from a level where I understand. All right. On the weekly time frame perspective, there is a zone which I'm seeing the price getting into in the future. I'm going to check it out. Sorry, weekly time frame, not monthly. Weekly time frame. This zone, for example, is a good zone for me to expect the price to get into. I told you last week that we're expecting more bearish momentum on AUD US dollar because of the strength that is being lost. And so far, so well, this is a confirmation for more sell momentum. Only that I would love to see how the price will take out this level like this, break it this way. Then I can comfortably wait and see a buy opportunity from here going forward. So for me, that is my projection. But let's see how it works out. Let's see how it play out on the lower time frame perspective. So let's see. Let's see. On the 4 hour time frame, nothing much is really happening here. Rejection from this price level, which I think the market will still be finding a way around because we might likely see a buy into this range. Price actually break down this level and then it comes into this level here. So with that being said, I will be waiting from here to see reaction. Either we're buying off for a long time here or we would be breaking this low and we'll be selling more from here. So that's, I can't say for now, but let's see how the price will react. There's a fair value gap zone around this price level between here and here. And that is exactly what I want to see, the price creating that momentum of that zone and then giving us almost opportunity to sell from there. And in the future, we're buying from this level. So this is my projection of 4 hour time frame, AUD US dollar. Going forward to the next guy, NZDUSD. Nothing much is happening here. But going to the 4 hour time, weekly time frame perspective, we have a zone we're expecting to get to on the higher time frame perspective, where is the complete buy model for this level. And at the same time, it gives us more opportunities to sell from there because of high impact candle we've seen anchored one right here. So for the past 3 weeks, it has been really moving and it's been raging and consolidating on that same zone and spot for a while now. So going to daily time frame perspective, let's see what we have here. On the daily, we have a stretchy buy opportunity over the time around January, and it's been massive one. So far, market is negotiating around this high, and it's looking more like we're looking for bearish momentum into a price level like this on the 4 hour time frame perspective without wasting time. I want to see more sell momentum into this level. So my analysis on this, my projection remains the same, focusing on what our impact is showing or what higher time frame perspectives are showing, and following that on the lower time frame. So all I will have to do is to take this a little bit now from here. I just have to take it a little and shift this guy to the left side or to the right hand side to create more momentum from here. But trying to say that I'm expecting the price to still react the same way. My bias on this remain the same. So for this week, I'll still be expecting more sell on NZD/USD till the price gets here. And how many pips would that be in total? That would be about 180 pips in total. So on average, we can still have about 150 pips from this momentum opportunity. On the USD card, otherwise, as the UCAD, well, I was waiting to see the reaction of this point at some levels. I will be just be waiting a little bit now. Overall, if I'm expecting more sell, a little sell on the DXY, that means I should be expecting a big sell on USD card too. That means this is my projection on this one right here. So for me personally, there's so much thing going on the charts right here, but I want to keep it simple and I just want to focus on how we can make money for this from this week. Okay, so my projection here for this remains the same. I want to see the price getting into this level so we can have a sell in the future. So this is the premium price level, which I'm expecting the price to get into for us to have a sell in the future. So going forward, I will just be waiting to see the price getting into this range from the current market price, getting into this range. That may not really be possible much, but of course, if it is, it makes more sense to sell from there. Why? We have a value gap here that broke the previous high structure. Markets created it, secured the low, never came back there. So that's the only reason I will be waiting to see the price getting into that range in the future. So far, so well. I will just be saying I'll be waiting to see this play out in the market. And for me, I think it makes more sense that way. And let's see how it goes. But the sell momentum we'll be having may not be much like this. It will be a short-term sell. Probably, yes, probably. But let's see how that's really moves. Let's see how that really moves. So for now, following the structure, I want to see the price get into this range going forward. The price can open actually and continue buying this much. It's very possible. But my point is, if it does, we're going to find an entry for a buy going forward for the week. But I prefer that the market actually sells into this range. So it makes more sense for me to buy from here based on my risk appetite. On the USDJPY, otherwise, this is the yen and nothing much here. I just prefer to have seen this playing out this way. I want liquidity to be grabbed. I would prefer the liquidity to be grabbed. And when it's grabbed, I want to see a buy from there. So that's the only reason I want to buy this guy to the top. And when it gets to the top, this is where I'm looking for a sell opportunity on this particularly, which is the USDJPY. I want to see an opportunity to sell from here. And this is more obvious when you go to your daily time frame perspective, you're going to see it clearer. I'm trying to load my daily time frame. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay, this is the daily time frame perspective, all right? This is the daily time frame perspective. This is how it looks like. And going to the 4 hours, you see it clearer because we have candles there. And going to 1 hour time frame, for example, let's see how it looks like. This is it here on 4 hour time frame. This is what it looks like. So this entire range is where I'm capturing that I'm using for the sell opportunity in the future. So far, so well. I would just love this entire range to just move aside. All right. I want to see the price creating something like this. Then we buy from there. That is my outlook on that. And yes, I want to keep it simple as always. So go back to 4 hour time frame perspective. Not interested in this for a 1 hour thing. But then it is clear. This is what we're looking for. I want to see sweep here, liquidity grab, and move into the premium zone and sell. That is it on the USDJPY. Of course, going to the CHF, I'm not moving with this guy this time around. I think I'll just keep it. But I want to see the price get here. If it gets here, I want to sell. That's all I will say about this guy. Okay. It's really be choppy for necessary reasons, but then it's what it is. Anyways, it's what it's necessary for the market to do it. But I really I just want to see the price hitting this previous low, grab liquidity as well, and move and really buy into this level. But that has not happened for now, so I'll just be keeping that energy and I'll move away. All right, USDCHF. If you check the daily time frame perspective, nothing much is there than range. We have so much range going on there. All right, 4 hour time frame perspective, it's better off. You can see the data, you can see the range, you can see the stretch, you can see the trend, and you can see the opportunity in between. So that's why I'm looking for that. But then let's keep it simple. Let's really keep it simple. All right. And you GBPJPY JPY. This I'm not interested, please. I gave this outlook out that we'll be looking for a buy from here. I initially did about 100 and something pips, 180 pips. It came back to the entry point again. It has not hit the stop loss, or maybe it has hit it the second time. I'm not sure. It did about 168 pips again. Most of the times, this is how they move. They stress you out before they actually move. So with this now, I would believe in this guy. I'm not interested. I'm not interested to see it do anything. I will just move away. Okay. I won't waste your time. I'll just move away. So if you continue buying this price level here, you should be careful. These targets could be here. All right. So this price level here, we should be having a reaction, most likely. So if you're buying, just be aware that if the price will be getting here in the future, just take caution. I would say you should just take a profit. All right. May have some little sell here before it rebounds again. And that is Grouping Pounds JPY. Grouping Pounds card. Well, my projection on this, it's still valid. I think it's still valid. It's still valid. Just that it will give us more sell momentum here. All right. So this one, I'm not really working with it. I'm taking it out. This is the previous low. So if this low is taken out in the future, we'll be buying. We're looking for buy opportunity from there. So on the 4 hour time frame perspective, in Great Britain pounds, Canadian dollar, this is what I'm looking at. Nothing much, nothing else, just the simple. So I'm going to take this out. It's the same thing. I just want to, can you see it? It's the same thing. Nothing, not much is here. Just this normal way, expecting the price to get here and do the thing. So far so well, the market has not done it, so I'm just waiting. And if you want to wait, it's fine to wait. If you want to jump on a buy, okay, go to lower time frame and do that. Look for opportunity to do that on lower time frame. But right here on 4 hours, nothing really much is happening. So let's just keep this simple. This is what I'm expecting on this one right here. Griffith pounds card, Griffith pounds AUD. I will avoid it again. Good. Yes, nothing much on good. Then we have here last week I said it's going to be tricky, and it was really it's rained a whole lot. So for this week, what are we having? I'm not going to. Okay, let me just go to daily also. Okay, on weekly time frame, massive bullish momentum, rejection for previous week. Last week triggered a lot of traders on stop losses hanging right here, and let's just see how it's going. On the daily time frame perspective, we still have much of range going on right here, and as you can see, the level I projected is very far, which I told you I don't know where we drag the price to that level at 3,600 for a buy, but then it is what it is. We have overall strong bullish momentum on gold. It has bought so long, it's retraced a little bit, which is the normal bit and usual behavior of gold. And from there, it has been buying and ranging so far. And on 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have. On the 4 hours, we have so much range right here, and I won't really. Okay, for this one I drew here, I think I'll just delete it. It's too. I can let me just leave it. It's not disturbing me anyway, so I can actually do whatever I want without checking it out. Okay, this right here, how is it looking like? Looking like we're having a sell momentum coming forward because we have a zone that was broken out right here with this anchor candle formation. And with this now, it means we can actually look at a space like this for our zone to actually be a good one for a buy to sell opportunity, which means we might actually see the price creating a short-term bullish momentum into this range and giving us that sell opportunity that will take out this previous low structure right here. And from there, we decide on the next level we're going, either to take out this low too, or we want to range before we start buying. Or is it possible that the price actually wants to break just above it like this way? All right. Is it also possible that price just wants to break above it just this way, whereby we have something like this coming up? All right. And if this should be, that means we'll be seeing more buy opportunity going forward. But then let's keep this really simple. This is gold, very, very volatile. If you have not really understand what's going on with trading, avoid gold. It's not a do or die affair. In the future, you can always make opportunity on gold going forward. So with this now, I'll be expecting momentum like this on the gold US dollar. Going to the last one, but not the least for the week, this is the BTCUSD. Last week projection remains the same, expecting the market to come into this range and give us a buy opportunity. It has not. Okay, I think that was previous week, I guess. the previous one, it is the stop loss, but I said last week that that zone still remain because I knew it was just a grab of liquidity that is still looking bullish, and that's why I said from here last week, expect price to get here and start buying. But price went below it, but it's still buying. So on weekly time frame perspective, I think that would make more sense. This is the level we're buying from. Can you see that? This is the level we're buying for on the weekly time frame, and that is the only reason I want to see price momentum really pushing to the upside, just like this. I want to see more bullish momentum, just like that, creating that energy at least to this zone, and let's see what we can do from there. In fact, you can actually get to this zone and let's negotiate from there. Let's see reaction of buyers and sellers from here. This is the weekly time frame perspective, so this looks better, and this is on the weekly time frame. So if you go to the daily time frame, for example, what do we have there? On the daily, nothing much is going on. That we see strong bearish momentum, bullish momentum, just trying to package its body and soul and move back into a range. All right, for whatsoever reason, this is another level on daily that we can be looking for a sell in the future. But for now, we can wait and see the price reaction get into this zone. Now, I have zones inside of zones, right? I really don't like it. The cat is looking messed up, but then it is what it is. I just want to keep it simple. Don't get confused. All right. So what I want to see now is more buy to this price level. If you are buying when it gets to about 96,050, please be caution and take out what you've made from the market. So this is on the daily time frame perspective for me on the BTC US dollar. 4 hour time frame is good, too much data, but work with what you have on a higher time frame. You would be guided. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and comment on this. If you want any other currency pair to be analyzed, kindly let me know. Okay. Thank you. I wish you all the best and enjoy the rest of the trading week. Trade with proper risk management and have a wonderful week ahead of you. Bye for now.